Welcome to CultureAlley Mandarin. 你好, this is Basic Mandarin Lesson 15. Let's start by going over some of the phrases that you learned in the last lesson. As always, we will first have the conversation in English, which is then followed by Mandarin. Who has a younger sister?
Lee has a younger sister.
Who is he?
He is Dr. Wang.
Whose photo is this?
This is my photo.
Do you have an elder sister?
I don't have an elder sister. I have a younger sister.
Here's how the conversation would go in Mandarin. 谁有妹妹?
李有妹妹。
她是谁?
她是王医生。
这是谁的照片?
这是我的照片。
你有姐姐吗?
我没有姐姐，我有一个妹妹。
Excellent. Let's move on. Let's have another conversation between Mark and Lisa and review the last lesson. Who is he?
He is my father, Dr. Wang.
Is she your elder sister?
No, I have a younger sister.
Now, let's hear it in Mandarin. 他是谁?
他是我爸爸，王医生。
她是你姐姐吗?
不，我有一个妹妹。
Great job! Now we can start with today's lesson. Today, we shall cover numbers and currencies. Today, we will have a casual conversation with a vendor in the market and cover numbers and some currencies in the process. So let's begin. When asking the price of something in Mandarin, we usually use the phrase 多少钱? This phrase is made up of 3 key words and can literally be translated as many, few money, implying how much money does it cost. Let's take a look at the new vocabulary required to learn this phrase. Many translates to 多 and is pronounced using a high-level tone, while few means 少 and is pronounced using a falling rising tone. Lastly, money, which translates to 钱, is pronounced with a mid-rising tone. Great! Let's take a look at the breakup of the sentence as well. So, how much does it cost? Literally translates to English as many, few money, where many becomes 多. Few is 少. And money is 钱. Thus, how much does it cost translates as 多少钱, literally meaning many, few money. Hope you got that. Here's a quick grammar tip for you. We can shorten this phrase to only mean how much by removing the word money from it. Let's take a look. How much is it, or how much, simply becomes 多少, literally meaning many, few. All right, now that we've learned the questions, let's take a look at the answers. For this, we will have to learn the concept of numbers in Mandarin, which is fairly simple and logical. Let's begin with a quick review of numbers from 1 to 10. 1 translates as 一, while 2 becomes 二. 3 translates as 三, while 4 becomes 四. Similarly, 5 becomes 五. 6 is 六. 7 becomes 七. 8 translates as ba. 9 is called as 9. And the last one, that is 10, translates to 10. Good job! Let's move on. The numbers 11 through 19 follow a slightly different order from Mandarin numbers in general. Instead of calling out 11 as 1, 10, 1, which is the standard way of calling out numbers in Mandarin, we simply omit the first one and call it 10, 1. Let's take a look. In general, the rule for Mandarin numbers 11 through 19 is place plus the number. A few examples may help you retain the rule, so let's start. 11 becomes 10 and 1, or 11, while 12 translates as 10 and 2, 12. 15 also becomes 10 and 5, making it 15. And similarly, 17, a combination of 10 and 7, becomes 17. 18, or 10 and 8, becomes 18. While 19, that is 10 and 9, becomes 19. Great! Now let's take a look at numbers beyond 19. In general, the rule for Mandarin numbers 20 through 99 is the number and place for numbers ending in 0, and number, place, and number for any other numbers such as 21, 33, etc. Let's take a look at the examples given below. 20 becomes 20. That is 2 and 10. 30 becomes 30. That is 3 and 10. 50 becomes 50, which is 5 and 10. Now let's take a look at other numbers. 21 can be broken down as 2, 10, and 1, and hence becomes 21. Similarly, 36 also becomes 3, 10, and 6, which translates to 36. And lastly, 55, which is 5, 10, 5, becomes 55. Excellent! Now let's learn how to deal with decimal points or fractions. We use the word 点 to represent decimals in Mandarin. 点 is also used as a measure word for time. In general, the rule for Mandarin decimal numbers is whole number plus 点 plus the number. Take a look at the examples given below. 10.1 becomes 10, measure word 1, meaning 10.1. While 10.3 breaks down as 10, measure word 3, making it 10.3. Lastly, 12.5 can be seen as 10, 2, measure word 5, or 12.5. Wonderful! We've covered all the concepts of numbers from 1 to 99. Alright, it's quiz time now. Let's see if you remember what we've learned in the lesson till now. How do we say 10 in Mandarin? Do we say 10 or 12? Or will it be 11? The correct way of saying 10 in Mandarin is 10. Great! Here's another one. How do we say how much in Mandarin? Do we say it as 多好? Or is it 多少? Or does it become 多少年? 多少 is the correct way of pronouncing how much in Mandarin. How do we say 11.1 in Mandarin? Is it 10.1? Or is it 12.5? Or does it become 11.1? 11.1, broken down as 10, 1, measure word 1, is the correct way of saying 11.1 in Mandarin. Well done! Now let's move on to answering the question we covered in the beginning with varied statements. Here is a list of sentences we will cover today. This is for $10. This is for 18 yuan. This is for 20 yen. And this is for $12. Let's start by learning more currencies. In Mandarin, currencies are formed by adding the country name along with the Chinese currency, that is, yuan, at the end. Let's see the following sentence and figure it out. Let's begin with the first sentence. This is for $10. Here is the breakup of the sentence. It translates to 这. The measure word inserted here is 个. 10 translates as 10, and dollars becomes 美元, where 美元is America plus the Chinese currency. Good! Note that is not translated in the previous sentence, as 10 is an adjective and the to be verb is not translated before adjectives in Mandarin. Also note that this and it translates to the same word in this case. Alright, let's proceed further. It is for $10 literally becomes 这个10美元 in Mandarin, which is translated in the order of it, measure word, amount, and then the currency. Let's see another one. This is for 18 yuan, translates as 这个18块. The reason we have used kuai instead of yuan is that both yuan and kuai can be used interchangeably in Mandarin. Here's one in Japanese currency. This is for 20 yen becomes 这是20日元, where 日元 is Japan plus Chinese currency. And here's the last sentence we will cover for the day. This is for $60 becomes 这个60美元. Good job! We hope you got all of them. Once again, it's time for a quiz. Let's see if you remember what we just covered. What word can be used instead of yuan in Mandarin? Is it 60? Or is it 这? Or could it be 块? Yuan can be replaced by the word kuai in Mandarin. Great! Now let's go over all the phrases we've covered in this lesson. How much does it cost becomes 多少钱? While how much is it simply becomes 多少. This is for $10 translates as 这个10美元. And this is for 18 yuan becomes 这个18块. Also, This is for 20 yen becomes 这是20日元. And lastly, this is for $60 translates as 这个60美元. Wonderful! We are through with today's lesson. Once again, it's time for the culture leaf of the day. Today, we will talk about the giant panda. The giant panda is regarded as the symbol of China, and it is also the Chinese national animal. It is universally loved and is a peaceful, bamboo-eating member of the bear family. It lives in bamboo forests in central China and is an endangered animal. Surprisingly, giant panda babies are very small and weigh only 90 to 130 grams, which is about 1/900th of its mother's weight. Here is a picture of a giant panda baby about a week old. In November 2007, China had 239 giant pandas who lived in captivity. There are 27 giant pandas which live in zoos outside of China, and the exact number of giant pandas in the wild is not known. Here you can see a picture of an adult panda in a zoo in France. In the next lesson, we shall learn about expression of time. We hope you enjoyed your lesson today. See you at the alley for the next one.